What it do, guys? It's your boy Baby Hope.
I'm Tyler, one of David's coaches.
And we are here for your weekly recap. We're going to be going over what happened last night at the UFC and tell you what your boys got cooking up.
So my immediate takeaways for the Jiri fight specifically is that he has done a really good job at evolving himself and learning from his previous fights. I like that he added the head movement in there, so when he's in the pocket and he's in these exchanges, he's now able to come out on top because he was able to utilize that head movement instead of just being there for shots. He did get clipped a couple times moving forward because his hands were down a lot, and obviously it's easy for people to say like, yeah, gotta keep your hands up, but like if I was coaching someone specifically when they're pressuring somebody forward, I would at least have them have their chin tucked, their shoulder rolled up, at least maybe, and also utilizing that lead jab or that lead hand just to control that range a little bit better. But pressuring forward with your hands down is dangerous, and even if it's being used as a bait, you got to be ready for when that shot gets thrown at you, because he got clipped a lot. If he was trying to bait, I mean,
they were definitely scrapping. So as a coach's perspective, we've seen him already challenge for the belt twice against Alex Pereira, and come up short. For him to improve enough to ultimately take that belt away from a guy like Pereira, obviously you said, obviously hands up is obviously a smart one, but any other things would you think Jiri could add to possibly dethrone the champion Alex Pereira?
I mean, Alex Pereira is so tough. I mean, my perspective is he just needs to work on tightening everything up as much as he can to where there's no little slip-ups, because specifically Alex Pereira will find the slip-ups, and he's really good at capitalizing on fakes and feints and some things that I think Jiri needs to improve on as well. Like, he'll throw some fakes out, but then he doesn't really capitalize on it necessarily.
I heard Joe Rogan talk about that. He's very obviously he's trying to do a lot to bait guys to return shots, but what you're saying is he could do a more efficient job.
You can also tell. I think he's extremely well-rounded, and he has his style, which is a little unorthodox, but even with your unorthodox style, you can still tighten it up and make movements more efficient and more effective. No wasted movements, like even if your hand is down by your stomach and you go to throw a punch, the time it takes for you to throw that punch is just a fraction of a second longer because it's coming from your hip and not just like a straight, or on that same plane. And obviously whenever you're putting your body behind it a lot, that telegraphs things. And so Alex Pereira would definitely be able to see that. I don't even think he'd need a coach to tell him hey, he's telegraphing his punch. He's telegraphing. I think Alex
his
Pereira
hands are low, a high level striker like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love that, guy. This is actual perspective of not just a coach, but a lifelong martial artist who practices in the striking discipline. So his opinions and his perspective, I very much, not only appreciate, they hold a lot of water to me. So
I appreciate that.
All right, guys, this brings us to the end of the show where your boys gotta tell you what they got cooking up. So nothing's official, nothing's on paper yet, but we're working for a card in the near future with not just myself, but my training partner Juan Lopez, who is going to be making his pro debut.
And he has had probably how many fights does he have?
He's 4-1 as an amateur.
Yeah, 4-1 as an amateur, and so most of those fights are on YouTube. So if anybody wants to kind of check him out and see what he's about, you're welcome.
That former title holder, and just a beast, a young kid who trains with me and pushes me to the limit every time we train. So if you're a fan of me, you are definitely going to be a fan of him. So fingers crossed. Like I said, we're just working out the finer details, but guys, I am in the gym all the time. I'm focused, I am honing my craft, and all you guys who send me your messages of support, I see it and it's well received, guys. I can't wait to get back in the cage and show you guys what I do, man, because it's been too long and I gotta put my hands on somebody, just being honest. Everybody gotta get finished this year. I'm sorry, not sorry, but I'm putting hands on people all 2025. Let's go.
Those hands ready to eat for everyone.